Welcome back to Lavoria Network, where every story digs deep into the heart. The kind that makes you pause, feel, and maybe even see your own reflection in someone else's struggle. Today's story is about respect, love, and the heavy silence that comes when a heart finally decides to stop trying. I remember the first day I walked into that house. My husband's kids staring at me like I was some stranger invading their world. I smiled, I tried, I reached out. But their eyes told me everything. They didn't want me there. They didn't see a woman trying to build a family. They saw someone trying to replace their mother. And no matter what I did, I could feel it, that invisible wall between us. I thought, maybe time will change things. Maybe kindness could soften what anger had built. But time, as it turned out, wasn't my friend. At first, I went out of my way, cooking their favorite meals, helping with homework, leaving notes of encouragement. But every gesture came back cold. One of them even said once, "You don't have to try so hard. We'll never respect you. We'll just tolerate you." The words hit harder than I expected. I laughed it off that night, pretending it didn't matter. But it did. Those words stayed with me. They became the echo in every quiet moment of my day. You see, when you love someone, truly love them, you also try to love what belongs to them. I thought loving their father meant earning my place in their hearts too. I believed that if I kept giving, if I stayed patient, eventually I'd be accepted. But there's something soul-crushing about fighting for a place no one wants to offer you. Every smile felt forced. Every family dinner felt like a test I kept failing. And somewhere along the way, I lost a little piece of myself trying to win something that was never mine to claim. There were moments, brief ones, where I saw hope. A birthday gift I helped pick out, a late-night talk, a shared laugh, and I thought, maybe this is it. Maybe the walls are finally coming down. But just as fast as they opened up, they shut me out again. It was like standing at the edge of warmth but never being allowed inside. I started realizing how much of my happiness depended on their approval. And that scared me. One night, after a particularly tense dinner, I sat in my room and stared at the mirror. I looked at myself, really looked. The tired eyes, the forced smile, the quiet sadness that had taken root inside me. I had spent so long proving my worth that I forgot I already had it. That night, I made a decision. Not out of anger, but out of peace. I stopped trying. I stopped begging for respect that was never freely given. I decided to exist without the constant need to be accepted. When I stopped, something strange happened. The silence in the house changed. It wasn't heavy anymore. It was calm. I no longer rushed to cook their favorites, no longer bent myself trying to fit into their mold. I simply lived. I focused on my husband, my work, my peace. The kids noticed. At first, they thought I was being cold. But I wasn't. I was just done apologizing for existing. And then, something even stranger began to unfold. They started approaching me, asking questions, making small talk, sharing bits of their day. I didn't rush it. I didn't overthink it. I just listened. Without expectation, without pressure. It was almost ironic. The moment I stopped trying to earn their respect was the moment they began to give it. Not because I demanded it, but because I learned to respect myself first. Respect isn't something you can force out of people. It's something that grows when you stop chasing it and start embodying it. I realized I wasn't the villain they imagined. I was just someone trying too hard to be loved in the wrong way. And sometimes, that's what makes people pull away. They feel your desperation before they see your heart. With time, the tension faded. We weren't a perfect family, not even close. But we learned how to coexist, how to share laughter without measuring who deserved it more. And that, to me, was enough. Because respect, when it finally came, wasn't built on guilt or pity, it was built on quiet understanding. Today, when I look back, I don't feel resentment. I feel growth. I learned that tolerance may be the first step, but it doesn't have to be the last. Sometimes people need to see you stand strong in your own worth before they realize your value. And maybe that's the biggest lesson of all. Respect doesn't start with others. It starts with how you treat yourself when no one else does. So if you're watching this and you're tired of fighting for someone's approval, take this as your sign to stop. Stop shrinking yourself to fit into spaces that don't celebrate you. Stop explaining your intentions to people committed to misunderstanding you. Because one day, they'll look back and realize you were never asking for too much. You were just asking the wrong people. At the end of it all, love doesn't need to be proven 1,000 times. It needs to be felt once, truly. And if it's not, that's not your failure. That's your freedom. You are enough, even when no one says it. You deserve peace, even if you have to create it alone. And you deserve respect, even if it starts with you walking away from where it's never given. This is Lovoria Network, reminding you that sometimes, letting go isn't giving up. It's growing up. And that kind of strength? It changes everything.